Hello grade 10 students. Today I am going to start revision exercises for you. So we thought of doing province papers. So today I am going to discuss 2018 year-end evaluation Western Province. This is paper 1, similar to your O-level exam paper structure. 2 hours and you get 2 parts, part A and part B. Part A 25 questions and part B you have to do 5 long questions. So when it comes to time, you can spend 2 minutes to 24 seconds in paper 1 part A questions and 12 minutes for part B questions. And what about marks? So each question in part A worth 2 marks and each question in part B worth 10 marks. And you have to write down the answers in the space provided and you can't ask for line papers. So let's start paper 1 part A. It says answer all the questions on this paper itself. So you can try question number 1 to 6. First do it and then look at my video to check your answers. Question number 1. The initial 500,000 of an individual's annual income is free from the income tax. The percentage of the income tax charge for the next 500,000 is 4%. If his annual income is 650,000 rupees, calculate the annual income tax to be paid. So always you need to remember this is the same way they are charging taxes. So first 500,000 it's free. And then for next 500,000 charging 4%. Then if it's above that, for the other 500,000, 8%. So like that, this is multiples of 4. Now it's given here the salary is 650,000. So in this range, so only you have to think about 4% annual income tax you have to pay. So we'll calculate the value. So you don't need to write anything, just write down 500,000 rupees and you need to first subtract the value from 650,000 because first 500,000 it's free. So what's the taxable amount? 150,000. So that's the taxable amount. Then calculate the tax. 4% of that amount. Two zeros get cancelled out and you get 4 times 5, 20. 4 times 1, 4 plus 2, 6. So 6,000 rupees annually. That's the income tax needs to be paid. So for all these short questions, you are getting only 2 marks. So 1 mark here and 1 mark for the method. If the answer is correct, you get all marks, 2 marks. But halfway correct, you get the method mark 1. So make sure that you write everything. You don't need to write sentences, but the process, how you got this one, subtracting and this one, then you can at least, if this is not correct, at least you can get 1 mark. Simplify. So this is algebraic fractions. Make the same denominator, lowest common multiple of x and 2x, that's 2x. Convert it, multiply by 2, 2 times 3 is 6, and 1, you get 7 over 2x. So sometimes you can do separately, but it's easy when you write this way. You don't need to write again and again. So make sure that you convert this to 2x. That means multiply by 2, that's 6. Same denominator, you can add it. Two marks for that. So 1 mark here and 1 mark for the method. Question number 3. Write the shaded region in set notation. This one P and this one Q. Okay, so we'll put letters A, B, C, D. These are the regions. If you take P dash, what are the letters? You are getting P dash means A and D. What are the elements in Q? That's C and D. Now, in the shaded part, you get A, C, D letters. So that means you take the union. P dash union Q. You get A, C, D. So that's what we need. A, C, D is the shaded part. So what's the set notation? P dash union Q. So you get 2 marks. Writing down correct set notation P dash and union Q. Question number 4. Express in logarithmic form. X equals a to the power b. Can you remember this? 10 squared is 100. When you take this one, this is the base and this is the index and this is the number. How you write in log notation? Log, base goes here 10 and the number here is equal to the index. So remember that. And you can write as this. So this is the index notation. So base is A. So log A base and the number is x is equal to the index. So 2 marks. Question number 5. According to the information given in the figure, find the value of A. This is an isosceles triangle. If these are equal, this is A means this is also A. Then you can apply sum of angles in a triangle. A plus 2A equals 180. 2, 3, 4. 4A equals 180. Divide by 4. Both sides you get A equals 4 times 4, 16 and 5 for 20. So 45 degrees. 1 mark for the answer and 1 mark for the method. Question number 6. Solve. P over 3 minus 1 equals 4. So you can take minus 1 to the other side. That means addition. 4 plus 1. That's 5. Now how you get rid of this 3 in the denominator? You multiply both sides by 3. So P becomes 5 times 3, 15. 1 mark and 1 mark for the method. Now you can try question number 7 to 12. Question number 7. The center of the given circle is O. According to the given information, find the value of x and y. This is the diameter because O is the center. This angle is 90 degrees. Semicircle angles are 90 degrees. And also, can you see this angle and this angle, same segment angles. So, x is 50 degrees. This is 50, and when you take the triangle, what's the y value? Y becomes here 90. These two should be 90. So, 90 minus 50. Because sum of angles in a triangle is 180. So, you get y equals 40. So, 1 mark here and 1 mark here. Question number 8. Motor car takes 3.5 hours to travel 175 kilometers. Calculate the average speed of it. So, can you remember the formula? If you take distance as d, speed as s, and t as time. Distance we can find multiplication of these two. And if you want time, you take division, distance over time, distance over speed, distance over speed. If you want time, that's distance over . If you want speed, that's distance over time. So, remember that. Now, you need speed. So, what's speed? Speed is equal to distance, 175 kilometers, and time is 3.5. I can write 3.5 as 2 times 3, 6, and add 1, 7 over 2, improper fractions. So, I can divide by 7 over 2 hours. What happens when we divide? 175 divide by 7 over 2 becomes multiplication of the reciprocal, 2 over 7. Now, divide 7 times 2, 14, and 35, that's 5. So, 25 times 2, 50. 50 kilometers per hour. So, that's the average speed. So, you get 2 marks here, 1 mark and 1 mark for the method. Question number 9. Find the least common multiple of the algebraic terms. Lowest common multiple or least common multiple. So, what you do, you can write down the factors. 6x squared y and 4x y squared. 6, how you write? 2 times 3 as prime factors, and x squared and y. 4, you can write 2 into 2, 2 squared, x, y squared. To find out the lowest common multiple, you take the highest power of all distinct terms. When you take 2, 2 to the power 2 is the highest one. 3 is there, that's 3 to the power 1. When it comes to x, that's x squared and y squared. So, what's the answer? 4 times 3, 12, x squared, y squared. So, you get 2 marks, 1 mark here and 1 mark there. Question number 10. In the given figure, AB equals DC. Write the pair of angles that should be equal to become the two triangles ABC and BCD congruent under SAS. That means side angle side. So, what's the condition? You need to have two adjacent sides and the included angle, SAS. This triangle and this triangle. So, one side is there. So if I write the two triangles ABC triangle and BCD triangle, we know that AB equals CD. One length is okay. And can you see CB or BC is common? That's common. Now you need the angle. Two sides and the angle. Included angle for this is here. Included angle for this triangle is here. So that should be equal because this is SAS, included angle. So that means ABC angle should be equal to BCD angle. So that's the condition. You need to have the included angle. So 2 marks. You don't have to write everything, just I want to explain it to you. So you can write straight away the angle. Question number 11. The height of a cylinder with a diameter of the base 14 centimeter is 15. So this is about a cylinder. Height is 15 and the diameter is 14. Calculate the area of the curved surface of it. Area of the curved surface of a cylinder with the radius r and the height h is 2 pi rh. So you have to use 2 pi rh. So what is r? Radius is 7. So apply 2 pi. Pi you can take 22 over 7. R is 7 and h is 15. 7 get cancelled out. So you get 2 times 15, 30. 30 times 22. Multiply by 3. Here 6 and 6. So 660 square centimeters. So 1 mark here and 1 mark for applying it correctly. Question number 12. In the figure ABCD and BEFC are two parallelograms. According to the given information, find the AD length. We know in a parallelogram opposite sides are equal. If this is 6, this is 6. If this is 6, so this is 6 centimeters. So you can straight away write down AD is 6 centimeters. Find the magnitude of ADB. ADB is this angle. We know in a parallelogram, opposite angles are equal. So if this is 65, this is 65. And what else we know? We know that here, if this is 65, this is a parallel line, straight line. So this is 65. Corresponding angles are equal. F letter angle. If this is 65, this is 65 because these two lines are parallel, alternate angles are equal. So what's the ADB angle? 65 degrees. So you don't need to write down everything, but make sure that you apply the correct property. Here opposite angles are equal, so this is 65. Here corresponding angles are equal, this is 65. Then, or you don't need this one. Straight away you can get it from here. So 2 marks. 1 mark here and 1 mark for the length. Now you can try question number 13 to 19. Question number 13. From the following, select and underline the statements which contain discrete data. Discrete means you can take certain numbers. You can't take all possible values within a given range. The daily sales of the quantity of rice during a month. So this is measuring mass of rice quantity. So it can be any value, 5.5 kilos, 5.52 kilos, you can take any value. So that's continuous. Number of members. Number of members in each family in a certain village. So number of members. So we can count 5 members, 3 members. So that's a discrete one. So this is 2 is correct. Number of members in each family in a certain village. Marks obtained by a group of students for a mathematics paper. So marks, normally marks under continuous data, because the minimum mark you can get is 0. The maximum mark you can get is 100. But when the teachers mark, when you normally 100 marks and then you divide by something, 2, to get the average mark. So when you are dividing, sometimes you get decimal values and the teachers round it to a whole number. So because of that, marks we take as continuous data, but if it's whole number, sometimes 0 to 10, and you are getting 1 mark for each question and not getting half marks, method marks or anything, then it's discrete. So you have to decide both ways. We can consider whether it's discrete or continuous. So it's not clear marks obtained by a group of students for a mathematics paper if the teacher is not giving the method mark half values, because when you divide to get the percentage, you get decimal values. So we can take, but normally not consider as discrete data. So I'll only consider here 2. 2 is the number of members in each family in a certain village. That's discrete definitely. So you get 2 marks here. In a random experiment, A and B are 2 events which are not mutually exclusive. Mutually exclusive means no intersection, but it says not mutually exclusive. That means there's an intersection. If PA equals 1/3, PB is 3/4, and the intersection is 1/4, find probability of A union B. So what's the formula you can use? Probability of A union B is probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. Probability of A is 1/3, B is 3/4, and intersection is 1/4. So you can simplify this one, 1/3, here 3 minus 1, 2. 2/4, or you can write half. Now you can convert to same denominator, that's 6, 3 and 2. So this becomes 2 plus 3, 5/6. So 2 marks, 1 mark here and 1 mark for this step. Question number 15, find the volume of the prism. So how you find out the volume? If you know the cross-section area, you can multiply by its length. So that's the cross-sectional area in this prism. Area of the triangle. Area of the triangle, half times base times height. 4 into 5 and then multiply by length. 2 times 2, 2 times 5, 10, 10 times 10, 100. This is in cubic centimeters. So 2 marks, 1 and 1. Question number 16. Write down the gradient and the intercept of the straight line which passes through the points 0, 5 and 3, 8. Straight away we can identify the y-intercept or intercept 0, 5. So what is y-intercept means? Where the line cuts the y-axis. So that's C. So when x equals 0. So that's what it's given. So C is 5. That's the intercept. And how you find out the gradient? What's the formula to find out the gradient? If you know 2 points, x1, y1 and x2, y2, difference between y coordinates over difference between x coordinates. You can take other way around as well. y2 first, y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. So we'll apply that. 0, 5 and 3, 8. So I'll take that one first. 8 minus 5 over 3 minus 0. 8 minus 5, 3. 3 over 3, that's 1. So gradient is 1. This is the intercept. So they are just asking, find the intercept and the gradient. 1 mark and 1 mark. Question number 17. Obtain the first approximation of root 34. What are the closest whole number? 36. So square root 36 here. 5 times 5, 25. Square root 25. So 25, when you take the square root, that's 5. Root 36, that's 6. So the value should be in between 5 and 6. So what's the method? You can find out the difference between these two. That's 11. Difference between these two, that's 9. So what's the value? So you can write 5 as a fraction. This is close to 9 over 11. So what is 9 over 11? Roughly, that's 8. 0.8. So 5.8, close to 5.8. So we'll check it. You need to check whether it's correct. So 5.8 into 5.8. And we'll check 5.9 and 5.9 and see which one is the closest. So 58 into 58. 50 and 8. 5 times 8, 40. 5 times 5, 25 plus 4, 29. 8 times 8, 64. 8 times 5, 40 and 6, 46. So you get 3364, but you need to keep 2 decimal places here. 33.64 and 5.9 into 5.9. So multiply 59 and 59. 50 times 9. 45, and here 5 times 5, 24 plus 4. So here 5 times 9, 45, 5 times 5, 25 plus 4, 29. 9 times 9, 81, and 9 times 5, 45 plus 8, 53. Now add it. 3481. Now we need 34. Which one is closest? This is 0.81 difference. Here it's less than that. Difference is you get 6 and 36. So that's the closest. So what's the answer? 5.8 is the first approximation of root 35. So 5.8. So identifying this and the whole process, 1 mark. Question number 18. In the given figure, if BAC is 60 degrees and ACD is 130, find the magnitude of ABC, this angle. It's really easy. The sum of interior angles add up to the exterior angle. So what is ABC? 130 minus 60. 70 degrees. So method mark and the correct and 1 for the correct answer. Question number 19. Factorize. Find the factors. How you do it? You can use cross method or just multiply. If there's a number, you multiply. So you get minus 42x squared. So this is minus means you have to take the difference between the two numbers to get this minus 1. So what are the factors? When you do the factors 1 times 42 like that, you can see this is 7 times 6, 42. And the negative value is there in the middle. So the bigger number should be negative and the smaller one positive. Minus 7x and plus 6x. So you split the middle term, 2 plus 6x and minus 7x. Take 2 at a time, factorize x plus 6. Take minus 7 out, this becomes x plus 6. X plus 6 is common and the remaining one is x minus 7. If you are using cross method, this is straightforward. You write factors of x squared here and minus 42, 7 and 6, and you can take the bigger number minus. Then you write down the factors this way. X minus 7 and x plus 6. Any method you can try. So you get 2 marks, 1 mark for this factor and 1 mark for the other one. Now you can try 22, 25. AB is the diameter of the circle. If AB equals AD, find the magnitude of ADC. ADC, this angle. We know this is an isosceles triangle. So if this one is x, this is also x. Isosceles triangle. And AB is the diameter. So what is this angle? This is 90 degrees. Semicircle angles are 90 degrees. So you can find x using this triangle, ABC triangle. X is 90 minus 50. So 40 degrees. So if this is 40, AD C angle is also 40 degrees. So 1 mark for the method and 1 mark for the answer. Question number 21. Food sufficient for 6 days for 10 soldiers has been stored at a certain camp. Number of days and soldiers. 6 days, 10 soldiers. And if another 2 soldiers were assigned to the camp, for how many days will those food be sufficient? So how many days they can survive? So we can say man days that they can survive. 6 times 10, 60. And if another 2 soldiers were assigned to the camp, so that means how many soldiers are there now? 12. 10 plus 2, 12. But same man days, same food they ask. So we need to find out how many days sufficient now, sufficient with this food. So 60 divided by 12. That's only 12 times 5. 60. So 5 days now they can survive with this food. Earlier 6 days. Now after increasing 2 soldiers, now they can survive only 5 days. So 1 mark and 1 mark for the method. Question number 22. If the area of the ABCD parallelogram is 75 square centimeters, find the area of ABC. So can you see ABC is the triangle bounded with the diagonal. So we know diagonal bisect the area of the parallelogram. So if the full area is 75, the area of the triangle ABC or the other side, both are half of that. Half of 75. So 75 divided by 2. 2 times 3 is 6. For 15 that's 7. And for 10 that's 5. 37.5 square centimeters is the area of the triangle. 1 mark for identifying. This is half of that. Question number 23. If the perimeter of the given figure is 50 centimeters and the PQ arc length is 22. This is 22. Find the radius. So this is radius, radius. So perimeter is R plus 22. That's given 50 centimeters. 2R is this one, and you can take 22 to the other side. 50 minus 22, that's 28. So what's R? Divide by 2. 14 centimeters is the radius of this sector. Again, 2 marks, 1 mark here and 1 mark for the method. Question number 24. Solve. This is an inequality. Keep the x terms in one side, take the other numbers to the other side. 19, 4 is positive. When you take it to the other side, that's negative. So minus 5x is greater than 50. Now you have to get rid of this minus 5. You can divide by minus 5. What happens when you divide by minus value? The sign changes. So when you are dividing by minus 5 here, so what happens when you divide by minus 5? The sign changes. So this becomes less. So minus 5 get cancelled out. You get x less than minus 3, because minus value and plus value becomes minus answer. So x less than minus 3. So 1 mark here and 1 mark for the method. Question number 25. In the given figure, AB is 8 centimeters. Draw the sketch of the relevant constructions needed to obtain the point P on the line AC, which equidistant to the points A and B. So you need to remember always 4 loci points. What are the 4 loci points that you need to remember? Equidistance from a point. That's a circle. Equidistance from 2 points, that's a perpendicular bisector. And equidistance from 2 adjacent lines, that's angle bisector. And equidistance from a line is 2 parallel lines up and down. So 4 things always coming. You need to remember all these 4 things. 1, 2, 3, 4. So which one is that? This is equidistance from 2 points. That's the perpendicular bisector. So take the compass. We'll draw the perpendicular bisector. So you take a length more than half of this and draw an arc above and below. Do the same thing. Keep on top of point P and you can draw the arc down and up. Here I can't see the intersection point properly, so that I'm redrawing this. Here. Now we can see the 2 intersecting points you can connect. So that's the perpendicular. That's the perpendicular bisector. You can connect the 2 intersecting points. Now, what they say? So they need the point P on AC. So this is the point P. So you get 2 marks here. 1 mark for the perpendicular bisector, and marking P on AC is 1 mark. So altogether 2 marks. So this is the last question in part A. Now we'll try part B questions. Part B, answer all questions on this paper itself. So spaces are given, so you can write the answers here. So you don't write down everything, only important things you write and find the answer. So question number 1 and 2. So question number 1, you get 4 parts. So this paper is similar to the O-level paper structure. So always like that, you get 5 questions in part B to answer. A water tank is completely filled with water. 2/5 of the water in it was wasted. 5/6 of the remaining water is used. What fraction of the whole quantity of water is remained after the wastage? So we'll do step by step. So here it says a water tank is completely filled with water. 2/5 of the water in it was wasted. So what's the remaining amount? First you need to find out the remaining amount. Full tank means 1 and subtract 2/5. So you can write 1 as 5/5 minus 2/5, that's 3/5. So it says what fraction of the whole quantity of the water is remained after the wastage. So that's 3/5. Then it says express the used quantity of water as a fraction of whole quantity of water. So 2/5 of the water was wasted and then 5/6 of the remaining water is used. So what is the used amount? Used amount is 5/6 of the remaining amount, 3/5. 5 and 5 get cancelled out. 3 and 1, 3 and 2, that means half. Half of the tank is used. So that's the 2 parts. So we'll see how you get marks. So different parts, different marks. So let's take your marking scheme and see. So you get 1 mark just for calculating the remaining amount. And then 2 marks for this part. So 1 mark for this step and 1 mark for here. So these 2 parts, 3 marks. Now look at the third part. After that, the rest of the water is filled equally into 3 containers with the same capacity. What fraction of the whole quantity of water is filled into the containers? Now we need to find out what's the remaining amount of water. So remaining amount of water remaining part we can write. So here 2/5 wasted and half of the tank used. So the total you have to subtract from 1. 1 minus 2/5 and half. So what's the amount here? You can convert to 10. Lowest common multiple, 2 times 2, 4 and 5. 9 over 10. 1 minus 9 over 10. That's same as 10 over 10 you can write as 1 minus 9 over 10. That's 1 over 10. So 1 over 10 is remaining. And you are dividing that amount into 3 containers. So what's the amount in the container? Amount in container is 1 over 10 divided by 3 because it's equally divided into 3 containers. So divide by 3 means multiplied by reciprocal. So 1 over 3 upside down. So that means 1 over 30. 1 over 30 is the answer. Now it says, if the volume of water in one container is 25 liters, what is the capacity of the tank in liters? 1 over 30 means 25 liters. So they are asking capacity of the tank. So what is capacity means? 30 parts. Capacity. 30 parts. So 25 times 30. 25 times 3, 75 and 0. So 750 liters is the capacity of the tank. Now we'll see how you get marks here. Already 3 marks given for the previous 2 parts. And here you are getting 2 marks to identify the used amount. Used amount up to this point, 2 marks. And then finding the remaining amount, 1 mark. And divide by 3 and get 1 over 30, 1 mark. So 4 marks for that part. And last part, you are getting only 2 marks. 1 mark and 1 mark. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is it 3 or? Yeah, so here again check 1 and 2. That's 3. And you are getting here 3 marks. And here 2 marks for this part as well. So another 1 mark here. Divide by 3 and then taking the reciprocal, 1 mark. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now it's correct, 10 marks. That's how you get for the first question. Now let's take the next question. Question number 2. Again, you get 4 parts here. Area you have to think about and lengths. The figure shows a sketch of a window grill with measurements which consists of a semicircle and a and 2 squares. Both are squares. Find the area of the large square. So large square, so one side is 56. So what's the area of the large square? 56 times 56. Multiply. 56 times 56 means 50 and 6, 30. 5 times 5, 25 plus 3, 28. 6 times 6, 36. 3 remaining. 6 times 5, 30 plus 3, 33. 3136. 3136 square centimeters. Find the area of the semicircle. We know the diameter is 56. So what's the radius? 56 divided by 2. 4 and 8. So 40. 56 divided by 2. You get 2 times 2. 4 and 8. 28 centimeters is the radius. So what's the area of the semicircle? Half pi r squared. Pi you can take 22 over 7. R is 28. So 28 times 28. 7 times 4, 28. Then 2 times 11. So this means 11 times 4 times 8, 32. 3 remaining. 4 times 2, 8 plus 3, 11. How you multiply by 11? I explained this before. There's an easy way to multiply by 11. You write down the first value and the last value separately. And then you add the digits. 2 plus 1 becomes 3. And 1 plus 1, you get 2. So 1232 square centimeters is the area of the semicircle. Now we'll see how you get marks for these two steps. So according to the marking scheme, you get 2 marks for the first step. And calculating the area, here you get 3 marks. Finding radius, calculating this, and 1, 2, 3, 2232, 1 mark. So 3 and 2, 5 marks. Next part, if iron rods are used to make the grill, find the length of the iron rod which is needed for the semicircular arc. So only for this part. So what's the arc length? 2 pi r, but you have to divide by 2 because half. Pi d also okay. If you know the diameter, you can use d. Pi 22 over 7, d is 56. 7 times 8, 56. 2 times 11, 22. 11 times 8, 88 centimeters. And find the total length of the iron rods which is needed to make the grill. So let's find all these lengths. So total length is equal to, arc length is 88. And you get 56. 1, 2, 3, 4. 56 times 4. And then you get these lengths. So here 8.2. 8.2 means 1, 2, 3, 4. 8.2 into 4. And also you get this length 4 times. So what is this length? This is equal to the radius. That's 28. So 28 times 4. Now you need to add all these. So we'll first multiply 88 and 4 times 6, 24, 2 remaining, 4 times 5, 20 and 22. This one, 4 times 2, 8, 4 times 8, 32. So 32.8. 28 times 4, 4 times 8, 32. 3 remaining, 4 times 2, 8 plus 3, 11. Add it. So you get 0.8. 8 and 4, 12. 14, 16. 1 remaining. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1 remaining. 3, 4. 456.8 centimeter is the total length of the iron rod needed to make this grill. So we'll see how you get marks for this. So you get 88, 3 marks. So 1 mark for simplify, and here 88 answer, 3 marks given, and 456.8, 2 marks for the whole thing. So 3, 4, 5, and previously we gave 5 marks. So altogether 10 marks for this whole question. Now you can try question number 3 and 4. Question number 3. So you get part A and part B. Part A 4 parts and part B just a question. Part A, it takes 8 days for 6 men to paint a school building. So it's easy to write like this. 6 men, how many days? 8 days. During the first 4 days, only 6 men were assigned to the work during 4 days. So first 4 days, only 6. How many man days are needed to complete the whole work? So man days is 6 times 8. That's 48. That's the first part. What fraction of the whole work is done during the first 4 days? So first 4 days, how many man days completed? Man days completed 6 times 4. That's 24. So they want as a fraction. So fraction is 24 parts completed from 48. So this is just half. Half is the fraction you need. Now how many marks for these 2 steps? So according to this one, 2 marks for this part, 48, and getting half, 2 marks. Now we'll take the next part. How many more men are needed to complete the remaining work on expected date? Now, can you remember? 24. So 4 days completed and with 6 men. And it says how many more men are needed to complete the remaining work on expected date. So it says first 4 days completed. Now you have only 2 days to complete the rest of the work. So half of the work, 48 man days work was there and 24 completed. So what is the remaining amount? 48 minus 24, that's 24. So 24 man days you need. So that's within 2 days. So how many men you need? 24 over 2. That's 12. So you need 12 men, but 6 already there. So how many more men? Extra men. You need extra men is 12 minus 6. You need another 6 men. So how many marks for that part? So we can give 24 divided by 2, that's 1 mark, and so this is 2 marks. 2 marks. Last part for the part A. If the labor charges of a man is 2,000 per day, what is the total amount that should be paid as the labor charges for the whole work? So for one person that's 2,000, but to complete the whole task you need 48 man days. 6 men and earlier 6 men and how many? 8 days. So 48 man days. So you have to multiply this by 2,000 to find out the total amount. Total amount is 2,000. That means for one man, 1 day. So you need 48 man days. 0, 0, 0, 2 times 8, 16, 2 times 4, 8 plus 1, 9. So you need 96,000 rupees for the whole work. So how many marks for that step? So you are getting another 1 mark. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 marks for part A. So that means you are getting 3 marks for part B. So let's do part B. A certain municipal council charges 8% of the assessed value as annual rates from the shops within its administrative domain. If a certain shop pays 2,400 as a quarterly rate, calculate the annual assessed value. So quarterly value is 2,400. So what's the annual value? You multiply by 4. 4 times 4, 16. 4 times 2, 8 plus 1, 9. So 9,600. This is annual value. But this is 8%. 8% is this much. 8% value is 9,600. So what about the assessed value? Assessed value is equal to, divide this by 8 because we are finding for one part, and full parts, that means you multiply by 100. 8 times 1, 8 and 2. So here you get 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. So 120,000 rupees is the assessed value. So you get only 3 marks here. How you get 3 marks here? Finding this value, multiply by 4, 1 mark, and divide this by 8 and the method 1 mark, and 120,000 1 mark. So altogether 10 marks for the whole question. Question number 4. a column graph which provides information on the lunch packets ordered by 180 people who were participated for a seminar, and an incomplete table prepared to draw a pie chart to represent the above information is given below. Find the number of people who ordered vegetable lunch packets and fill the relevant blank in the table. Represent it on the column graph. So we can easily find out the total is 180. What is this part? So the remaining part comes here. 6 plus 4, 10, 15. So 3, 30 here. Now you can easily draw this bar. So we'll do that in the next page. So 30 is the answer. So we'll take the question. So we found out this is 30 here. Now we can draw the bar. So complete the table and this chart. So what's the bar here? 30. So you can draw up to this point. The width of the bar should be the same. So roughly this one, and I can put this color. Not the same color, but this is what you have to draw. And you can fill the table now. So 360 divided by 180, that's 2. 2 times 40, 80. So 2 times 50, 100. 2 times 60, 120. 2 times, now this is 30. So 2 times 30, 60 degrees. So that's the table. So how many marks for that table? So 1 mark, showing that the value is 30 here. 1 mark for 30. And 1 mark for this bar. And then 100, 120, 60, 1 mark each. 1, 2, 3. And now we'll do the pie chart. We'll complete the pie chart. So again, I can write down the values here. We got 30 and here 100. This one 120 and this is 60. Now you need the protractor to measure the angles. Now we'll complete the pie chart. So you need to measure the angles with the protractor. So let's take, first we can draw a line. So we need to identify the center and then draw a line. Can you see, when you take this 80 and this one, 180, this 120 and 60, 180. So if we can draw the line, 180 line, it's easy for us to divide into 2 parts. Take the protractor. Keep that one on the diameter. Here, this is the center. Now you have to measure 80 and 100. So 100 this way. 100 this way means the other side is 80. Just one line. Now take this one to the other side. And you can mark 120 and 60. If this is 120 this way, if this is 120, if this is 120 this way, the other side is 60. Now we can draw the lines. Connect here to here. And here to here. Now we can mark it. Now we can write down we measured 100. This is 80 and 60 here and 120 here. So 100 means meat. 60 means egg. Vegetables 60. 60 is not egg. That's vegetables. 60 means vegetables. Egg 120 degrees. 80 means fish. So this is the pie chart, and you can label each one with a color or category. So we'll put colors. Meat, vegetables, egg, and fish. Now we'll color this with different colors. I'll take egg, this color. So this is egg. And vegetables, this color. And you can put another color. I'll put yellow for fish. Fish, this color. And meat, what's the color? Pink. So this is the completed pie chart. And then it says express the ratio between the number of people who prefer fish and egg in simplest form. So the ratio between angles you can easily take. You don't need the number. So what's the angle for fish? 80 degrees. And what's the angle for eggs? 120. So simplify. Divide by 10, that's 8 to 12. Divide by 4, you get 2 to 3. So that's the simplest form. 2 to 3 ratio for fish to egg. How many marks now for these 2 steps? So showing all these with these categories, 4 marks for the pie chart, and 2 to 3 ratio, just 1 mark. So 4 and 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 marks for the whole question. Let's take question number 5. You get 2 parts. This is a probability question. Part A. In a certain game, there are 2 wheels to spin at the same time. One wheel is marked in colors and the other wheel is marked in numbers. The winner is selected by considering the color and the number which is in front of the arrow heads. Mark all the possible results obtained by spinning the 2 wheels at the same time on the given grid. So you can mark all the outcomes. If you get blue, you can get all possibilities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can get red with all possibilities. And you can get green with all possibilities. So this is the sample space. So how many marks for this step? You get 1 mark. Just 1 mark for marking this on the grid. Now let's take the second one. find the probability of getting an even number with green color. So now we found out earlier. I'll do. So we know that these are the possibilities. All possibilities are okay. Now we can calculate the probabilities. Find the probability of getting an even number with green color. So if we are marking the region, what are the possibilities? Green means this with even number. So 2, 4, 6. Those are the two possibilities. So what is that? Probability of getting even and green. So what's the probability? Altogether 6 times 3, 18 outcomes are there. Out of that only 3. 3 times 1, 3 times 6, 1/6 possibility. Then the next one, find the probability of getting an odd number with any color. Probability of getting odd number. So what are the possibilities? Odd number. 1, 2, 3. These 3 you can take. And 3 with these 3. 5 with these 3. So 3, 3, 3. 9 outcomes out of 18. 9 and 18 divided by 9, 1/2. Half is the probability. So how you get marks? 1/6, you get 2 marks here. Half, you get 2 marks. Now we'll take the next part, part B. Two students A and B are facing for a practical exam. The teacher claims that the probability that A passing the exam, this is A passing the exam is 1/3. And the probability that B passing the exam is 3/4. Using the above information, complete the given tree diagram. So if this is 1/3, what is the probability of getting fail for the exam? 2/3. Because the addition should be 1, 3/3. If this is 3/4, this becomes 1/4. This is 3/4, so this is 1/4. So that's the full diagram, tree diagram. Find the probability that A passing the exam while B getting failed. So passing A, that's this path, failing is this path. So this is the correct path. So we can write probability of A pass and B fail. So what's the correct path? 3. 1/3 times 1/4. That becomes 1/12. So we'll see how many marks now. So you get 3 marks for the tree diagram. 1, 2, 3. 3 marks for the tree diagram and 1/12, 2 marks. So 3 to 5. And earlier 5. Here 2, 2 and the first one 1. So altogether you get 10 marks for this question. So we completed 2018 Western Province end of year evaluation paper 1.